Hi, third grade! We are back with our anthology text, Martina the Beautiful Cockroach. Yesterday, we started reading about Martina and her search for a husband. Before she began her search for a husband, she received 3 gifts. One of the gifts was some very valuable advice from her abuela. This advice was to perform a coffee test on each of her suitors to see how they would react when they are angry. If they react poorly, she knows that she doesn't want to pick them as her husband. We had just read about Don Gallo, this nasty rooster, and his reaction. Let's continue reading and meet the other suitors and see how they react to the coffee test. Oh, this looks like it's going to be an interesting suitor. What inference can you make about the pig? I can infer that he smells bad. There are a couple different things in this illustration that help me to infer that. First of all, I can see that Martina is holding her nose, as if she smells something pretty bad. And secondly, I see these little flies just buzzing all around him. And to be honest, his pants aren't looking super clean either. In general, pigs are known not to have the best smell. Do you predict that Martina will accept his marriage proposal? Let's read about this suitor.
Don Cerdo, the pig, hoofed up next. His smell curled the little hairs on Martina's legs. "What an unimaginable scent," Martina wheezed. "Is it some new pig cologne?" "Oh no, señorita. It's the sweet aroma of my pigsty. Rotten eggs, turnip peels, stinky cheese." Don Cerdo licked his chops and sang, "Martina Josefina Catalina Cucaracha, beautiful muchacha, won't you be my wife?" Martina had already left in search of coffee. She wasted no time with the pig. "Gronk, gronk," squealed Don Cerdo as he dabbed at the coffee on his shoes. "What a tragedy for my poor loafers."
This next suitor is Don Cerdo, the pig. Does Don Cerdo provide a solution to Martina's problem? No. Martina's problem is that she's looking for a husband, and Don Cerdo, well, he just seems to smell too bad. The author even describes the smell as the sweet aroma of his pigsty and rotten eggs, turnip peels, stinky cheese. It said that the smell curled the little hairs on Martina's legs.
"He really is quite a ham," thought Martina. "Calm yourself, señor. I'll clean them for you." "I'll say you will," he snorted. "When you are my wife, there'll be no end to cleaning up after me." Martina rolled her eyes in disbelief. "A most charming offer, señor," she said dryly, "but I must decline. You are much too boorish for me." The coffee test had saved her from yet another unsuitable suitor.
How does Don Cerdo react when Martina offers to clean off his shoes? He tells her that she will constantly be cleaning up after him if she marries him. It says there'll be no end to cleaning up after him. Based on his actions and what he said, Martina decides not to marry him. Why does Martina make that decision? Martina makes that decision because she thinks Don Cerdo the pig is rude and smelly. As the pig is worrying over his shoes, I visualize Martina trying to help him. I picture the pig squealing and telling her she will need to clean up after him when they are married. I imagine Martina stopping, rolling her eyes, and politely telling the pig to leave.
The pig was scarcely out of sight when Don Legardo, the lizard, crept over the railing. His oily fingers brushed the little cockroach's lovely mantilla. "You shouldn't sneak up on a lady like that." "I don't sneak, I creep," he said, circling Martina. For some reason, this fellow really bugged her. "I've had enough of creeps for one day," said Martina. "Adios."
On this page, we're introduced to a new suitor. The new suitor is Don Legardo, the lizard. The text says that the lizard crept over the railing. This makes me think he is sneaky. The text also says his oily fingers brushed against Martina. This makes me see him as oily and slimy. Based on the text, I picture Martina moving away from Don Legardo and thinking he is creepy and oily.
"But I need you. Wait." The lizard fell on one scaly knee and warbled. "Martina Josefina Catalina Cucaracha, beautiful muchacha, won't you be my wife?" Martina sighed. "Let me see if there's any coffee left." This time she wasn't taking any chances. Martina returned with 2 cups for the lizard. "Psst, psst," he spat. Don Legardo was livid. He changed colors 3 times before he finally found his true one. "And to think," he hissed, "I was going to marry you." Martina stared at the lizard. You could have heard a breadcrumb drop. "Food for thought, Signor," Martina said icily, "but I must refuse. You are much too cold-blooded for me."
Wow, there is just so much happening on this page. Martina could tell that Don Legardo was up to no good from the beginning. She just got a creepy feel from him. So in the illustration, I can see that she grabs 2 cups right away. She is not wasting any time with this suitor. When Martina poured the cups of coffee on his feet, it says that he changed 3 colors before he finally found his true one. I really like that sentence because it has a double meaning. Lizards, or geckos more specifically, are known to change colors to camouflage with their environment. But we also have a phrase that says, when somebody shows you their true colors, they're showing you who they really are. So when it says that he changed 3 colors before showing his true colors, it's sort of playing on both of those ideas. One, the fact that he's a color changing lizard, and the other that he's showing who he really is. In fact, his reaction is so extreme, he reveals something about himself. What was the problem that he revealed about himself? He was so livid, so angry that he hissed and spat, and he messed up by revealing that he actually wanted to eat her. And then he quickly tries to cover up his mistake by saying to marry her. With that said, does Don Legardo provide a solution to Martina's problem? Nope, Don Legardo would have made a very bad husband, so Martina is still looking.
When her grandmother returned to collect the day's coffee cups, Martina was still fuming. "I'm going inside, Abuela." "So soon?" "See, I'm afraid of whom I might meet next." Abuela drew Martina to the railing and pointed to the garden below. "What about him?" Martina looked down at the tiny brown mouse, and her cockroach heart began to beat faster. "Tiki Tin, Tiki Tan." "Oh, Abuela, he's adorable. Where has he been?"
What do you think the word fuming means? I can use context from the page that we just read to understand that fuming is a synonym or another word that means very angry. So Martina is very angry about all of these bad suitors that she has just met. How does the text help you to visualize how Martina feels when her grandmother points out the mouse in the garden? The text talks about how her cockroach heart begins to beat faster. This helps me to picture Martina getting excited about meeting the mouse. I can picture her smiling and being impatient to meet him. Let's read on and see how that goes.
Right here all along. What do I do? Go talk to him and just be yourself. Martina handed Abuela her piñata and mantilla, then scurried down to the garden. The mouse was waiting. Tiki-tin, tiki-tan. Hola. Hello. His voice was like warm honey. My name is Perez. Hola, she whispered shyly. I'm Martina. The beautiful cockroach, he finished for her. You think I'm beautiful?
The suitor presenting himself in this section is a small brown mouse named Perez. How is Perez different from the other suitors? Perez is different because he is small and polite and kind to Martina.
The little mouse turned pink under his fur. Well, my eyes are rather weak, but I have excellent ears. I know you are strong and good, Martina Josefina Catalina Cucaracha. Then he squinted sweetly. Who cares if you are beautiful? Tiki-tin, tiki-tan. Martina, don't forget the coffee. It was Abuela. No, thought Martina, no coffee for Perez. Martina Josefina Catalina Cucaracha. Si, Abuela. Martina knew better than to argue with her Cuban grandmother. With a heavy heart, she reached for the cup, but Perez got there first. Quick as a mouse, he splashed Cafe Cubano onto Martina's shoes. Now the coffee was on the other foot. Martina was too delighted to be angry. At last she'd found her perfect match. But she had to ask, how did you know about the coffee test? Perez grinned. Well, mi amor, my love, I too have a Cuban grandmother.
What happens with the coffee test? Perez spills the coffee on Martina's shoes. When Perez does the coffee test to her, she feels delighted to have met her match. By Perez performing the coffee test on Martina, he proves that he will make a good husband for Martina. He provides the solution to her problem. Why doesn't Martina want to pour coffee on the mouse? Unlike her other suitors, Martina really likes the mouse and doesn't want to risk him failing the test. The author helps me to understand how Martina and the little mouse are perfect for each other because the author includes details that show that the mouse is not too boastful and likes Martina because she is strong and good, not just for her looks. He knows about the coffee test because that's something that's important to his family too. And this shows he and Martina share the same values. At the beginning of the story, we asked the essential question, what makes different animals unique? Well, we read that each animal Martina met has unique qualities. The rooster is proud and brash, the pig is boorish and smelly, the lizard is oily and creepy, and the mouse is shy, modest, and smart. All right, boys and girls, I hope you loved reading the story as much as I have. Remember, make smart choices just like Martina Josefina Catalina Cucaracha, the beautiful muchacha. Adios.